at Agathi Karma. Okay, we completed Ghati Karma. What we did in the Nav Tattva, the karma philosophy, Jainism puts significant emphasis on the karma philosophy, and particularly in Ghati and Agathi Karma. And one we need to really understand fundamentally what are Agathi Karma, what is the function of Agathi Karma. And we got to make sure that we don't get confused between Ghati and Agathi Karma. And only way you will know it, what are the overall functions of Ghati Karma, what is the overall functions of the Agathi Karma, and how spiritually we can understand it. Here are the Ghati Karma, this is the Agathi Karma, and whether you are at every moment when you acquire the karma, are you acquiring Ghati Karma for what is the purpose, and the whole 9 yards of the karma philosophy. So what I would like to clarify here, Agathi Karma, and there are 4 Agathi Karmas which you may have heard about it, and you know the names, and every time anybody, we read the books, listen to the scholars, Maharaj Sahib, all other things, okay? And they will be talking more on karma. Karma is the most important things for Jainism. And how, if you understand it properly, how that will help you to raise your spirituality. We already did Ghati Karmas 4, and what we said in the Ghati Karma, that only one karma, there are 4 Ghati Karmas, but out of these 4 Ghati Karmas, the Mohniya Karma is the most dangerous karma. Mohniya Karma, Gnanavarniya Karma, Darshnavarniya Karma, and Antray Karma. These are the 4 Ghati Karma. And the reason they are called Ghati Karma, because it hinders the natural quality of the soul. Mohniya Karma among these 4 is the most dangerous one. If you do not have Mohniya Karma, you cannot acquire any new karma. That's the most important things. Even though Gnanavarniya Karma, Darshnavarniya Karma, and Antray Karma, they are all called Ghati Karma, because it obscures the natural quality of the soul. And if your natural quality, what is the natural quality of soul? Ananta Darshan, Ananta Gnan, Ananta Charitra, and Anant Virya. Virya, you call it Virya, energy, Shakti, whatever the name you give. And we discussed it in the last session, all these 4 qualities. And among these 4 Ghati Karma, only due to Mohniya Karma, you are acquiring new karma. If you do not have Mohniya Karma, then you are not going to acquire any new karma. Or theoretically, if you want to say it, okay, you may acquire new karma, but it doesn't have any strength. That karma does not have any strength at all. You acquire on the first moment, and next moment that karma disappears. So for discussion purpose here, when the karma has no strength, then it is as good as there is no karma. Because the karma is like first moment you get it, and next moment it is gone. And that is the reason the Mohniya Karma is the only one acquires a really all the karma, is responsible for all the karma. Okay. Now we are going to talk about Agathi Karma and how people are getting sometimes little confused. And these are the four Agathi Karma. Is the Vedinia Karma. Now look at the slide, which obscures the soul infinite spiritual happiness, not dependent on physical body, senses, and mind. These are the very important things that we know Bhagwan Mahavir attained, or every Tirthankar attained Keval Jnana. And once you are in the Keval Jnani state, means you do not have any Ghati Karma. And four qualities, which are the natural quality of the soul, which is Ananta Darshan, Ananta Gnan, Ananta Charitra, you call it, okay, or infinite happiness. They are same things. Once, when I use the word Anant Charitra, what is the Charitra means in the case of Ghati Karma? When Mohniya Karma is completely gone, what is the natural quality we acquire? We acquire means the soul acquires. What is the natural quality? When we talk, Keval Jnani has Ananta Darshan, Ananta Gnan, and Anant Charitra. What is Charitra? What is the conduct of soul? Anybody can make a comment. Charitra, what does the Charitra means? If you have anything, no, unmute yourself and tell me, okay? Because to understand the Vedinia Karma, you need to know what is Anant Charitra means. Any idea when a person attains Keval Jnana? We said that Ananta Charitra he is acquiring. What karma, what is the name of the karma that hinders our Anant Charitra? Do you know anybody? Anybody knows that one? When we know okay, Anant Gnan, Jnanavaniya Karma disappears. All Jnanavaniya Karma is gone, and soul is acquiring Ananta Gnan. Same thing with a darshan. You got a darshanavaniya karma is gone. When you remove the moniya karma, all moniya karma is removed. What you acquire is Anant Charitra. That's the keep the thing. What is the soul's Charitra? The soul conduct. The soul conduct is you acquire your natural conduct, natural qualities of conduct by removing moniya karma. So now I am explaining you a little different way. You acquire Anant Charitra. Anant Charitra means now you are a perfect living being. How we define in Jainism what is the perfect living being? When your conduct is proper, according to the natural quality of the soul. That is called conduct. What is natural quality of the soul? In Jainism, these things I'm repeating many times, but when the situation really comes, we don't remember it. The conduct means you are in the state of equanimity. When you are in the state of equanimity, that conduct is called Ananta conduct, infinite happiness. When you are state of the equanimity, how do you define in the state of equanimity, whether you are in the state of equanimity or not? Anybody really have any idea? How can I acquire the state of equanimity? Because once you remain in the state of equanimity, it is called, it's your natural conduct of the soul. How you define that you are in a state of equanimity? When you don't have any thought in your mind, when you are not deciding this is right, this is wrong. Every time now we say, no, this is all wrong, this is right, this is wrong. When you are thinking and making decisions, right and wrong, that means you are not in state of equanimity. When you decide yourself, and we do it every moment in our mind, oh, this is right, this is wrong, this is not right, this is not wrong. That's the kind of the things you are thinking all the time. So when you are thinking and making the decision, you are deciding yourself what is right and what is wrong. If you just observe it instead of looking at any incidents and say, oh, this one is not right, this is all right, this is not a right, and our mind is constantly thinking, and the thinking is right or wrong. This is the only thing, decision making. We are every moment. When you make the decision right or wrong, you are not in the state of equanimity. You are not observing what is happening because your mind is deciding every moment. This thing is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. Then you are not in a state of equanimity. And when you are not in a state of equanimity, then you are not, your conduct is not a proper conduct, spiritual point of view. Your conduct is not a spiritual point of view in a proper conduct. How do you acquire the state of equanimity? Because the mind is like monkey, jumping from here to there all the time, right from wrong, wrong to right, and jumping, keep jumping every moment, everything in incidents, okay? You are deciding, you are making the decisions all the time instead of observing what it is. And I'm talking about spiritual point of view, okay? And that's why we are not in the infinite happiness. If you just accept the things as it is, whatever is happening in the present moment, if you accept that moment as it is and not in the process of deciding right or wrong situation, then that particular state is called infinite happiness. So when Mohniya karma disappears, you are in the state of permanent happiness. And what spiritually, what is the happiness now decided? You are not every moment deciding right and wrong. Okay, you are not every moment deciding right or wrong. That means you are in the fully awareness of the present state. When you are watching something, okay, you are not involving, but you are watching. Just plain watching, not saying this is right, this is wrong, not deciding at the same time right or wrong. You are just observing it, okay? Even in the family, if our children not behaving it, I'm not saying that you should not get upset, but when mother gets upset on the children, okay, it is their point is, mother's point is an infinite love, always. But only the thing is, she is trying to make, no, teach him or her so that they know what is right things and wrong things in the society, but she does not have anything else to the child. She is not demanding any child, okay? That's the closest example you can see. A mother's love for the children has no expectation. Okay, mother's love for that, there is no expectation from the child. That particular state, this state is when your samta state, whatever I'm trying to say. Even though sometimes externally look like mother is angry, but it is still in her intention is infinite love and the love for the child all the time. That is a very key analogy I can give you. Similarly, when you observe any incidents without any expectation, okay, like Tirthankar when he delivers the sermon, okay, providing in the sermon all the wisdom. There is no, Tirthankar does not have any other expectation except what is reality in the world and try to explain you that reality. Okay. So we will, if you are confused to some extent, we can discuss more, but let me proceed here on the Agathi Karma now. The Vedinia Karma.
So, Pravin Uncle, there was one question, or just for the clarity. So, Vitaraga state, that is the state of equanimity, meaning no rag and dvesh. Is that the state of equanimity?
Yeah, Vitaraga state. Okay, Vitaraga. Just look at the word point of view. Vitaraga means there is no rag and dvesh, but you have to keep certain differences in the mind. Vitrag is also with dvesh. Okay, rag does not mean, okay, the word rag, okay, attachment, okay, and aversion. The vitrag state is there is no attachment. At the same time, there is no aversion. Okay, you are not heedy also. Okay, that vitrag state is without any rag and dvesh, or in other words, the vitrag state has no kshaya, no anger, no greed, no deceit, no lust. All these kshaya, okay, when you see it, okay, but it is not like when you use the word there is no kshaya, there are two states exist there. One thing, you have kshaya arised in you, let's say anger is arising in you, but you are a spiritual person and you are suppressing the kshaya, okay? You are suppressing the anger. But in the beginning, kshaya arises in you. And then with your effort, you are suppressing. Okay? That is also the suppressed kshaya. It is called a no kshaya state. Okay? Means there is a no kshaya state. That is not the vitrag. Okay? Or we can say it different way. Kshaya within me arises, but I am suppressing. Like when you take a vow of pachkan, yeah, I am going to do fasting today, right? Now that does not mean that you are not, hunger arises in you and you are suppressing it. Today I have taken the fast, no, vow of the fast. So even if you get hungry, you are suppressing your hunger, and we call it is fasting. Okay, that is not the state we are talking. But if hunger doesn't arises in you, now you say, well, how is it possible? It's a natural things. Okay, that natural thing in spiritual sense in Jainism, it is not a natural one. It is not a natural one. When Bhagavan Mahavir did all the tapascharya, fasting, whatever you do, okay, it was not like he got hungry and he said, well, I wanted to do 30 days of upvas. And it's not 30 days are not over. Okay, it's like today. If Paryushan time somebody does a tie, okay, and takes the vow for 8 days fasting, and hunger arises in you and the person suppresses. That is not the state of Vitaraga. State analogy would be if hunger does not arises in you even. You don't even think of food. It's not like you are thinking of the food and you suppressing it because you have taken the vows of the fast. But within, there is no hunger arises in you. Okay, so you are not thinking of the food at all. Similarly, the anger does not arise in you. That is called Kshayik. The other one is called Upsham. Upsham, anger arises in you, you suppress it. All right? That is not the state of Vitrag. Vitrag is a Kshayik Kshaya state. Kshayik means things don't arise in you. Okay? There is a difference. You are suppressing anger, and that's why you feel I have conquered the anger, or anger arises in you, but you are powerful and you suppress it totally. So to the outside people, you look like totally calm and quiet. But what you have done, you are suppressing all your kashais, and this is how you have conquered all the kashai. That suppression you can reach to certain spiritual level. After that, whatever your kashai suppressed it is going to bounce. In terms of Gunsthanak, you reach to 10th Gunsthanak, whether you reach by removing your kashai or you are reach to that state by suppressing your kashai. Okay? Both way, it looks like you don't have a kashai. But from 10th, you go to 11th and you are going to fall completely. But if you have reached to like removing kashais, okay, not by suppressing, by Kshayik way, then you will reach to 12th Gunsthanak, and ultimately within 48 minutes you can attain the Keval Gnan. So anything you are the judge again, whether you are progressing by suppressing or by natural way. The natural way is Kshaya does not occur in you. Okay, it's not question of Kshaya is occurring within you and you are suppressing. So if you understand these two different states, is it a Kshaya arises within you and then you are suppressing, or Kshaya has no Kshaya occurring within you? Look, anything, can you make Mahavira internally, his Kshaya arises in you? then he is not a Kevalgnan. So did you get the answer properly? What I am trying to tell you, Vitaraga state, okay, in which Kshayik does not arises in you. It is not suppressing the Kshayik. In both cases, there is no Kshayik. One you have completely suppressed, okay, and other one is Kshayik not arising in you. Okay, that is also, there is no state.
So, Uncle, suppression is needed, right? I mean, we are not going to reach to that Kshayik state right away. So maybe that suppression in the beginning is needed. Then with our knowledge, we can probably try to achieve that state. So
that is correct. In the beginning, people generally, again, you got to keep certain things in perspective. It is not needed, but for most of the people, that is the Rajmarg. That's how they attain it, okay? There are some people, okay, they are naturally ability, they are completely compassionate people, okay? For them, there is no need, all right? And Tirthankars are, that is why they don't need a guru. The Tirthankar has no need of the guru. Otherwise, if you have the guru, guru can correct you, or guru can fix you, all right? And there are two ways to go that way, but ultimately, you have to have your state in such a way that no matter somebody comes to you, insults you, abuse you, anything, no, you see it. And if you read Bhagwan Mahavir's life, you will see how many during the sadhana kal, the upsarga and parishaha is suffered, okay? And in that area, even in that time for upsarga or parishaha, in that time, Kshayik did not arise in you with that calamities, whoever is that one. And that was the sadhana period, okay? Ultimately, he reached to the state that there is no Kshayik occurs within you, even if somebody puts a nail in the ear, okay? Bhagwan Mahavir, or similarly like Parshnath, you read, you know, lot more stavans, Kamthi Dharnendricha, Shochitam Karma Kurvati, Prabhustulya Manovrutti, Parshnath. Kamat or Dharnendra, okay? One person is making no upsarga, another is helping. But what is the Parshnath? Both, he looks at Kamat and Dharnendra. One helps him, another one provides the upsarga. Still, manovrutti is the same for both of them. Towards both of them, Parshnath Bhagavan just looked at it, okay, whether does upsarga or provides the help, okay? One is saving protection. So that is what I'm trying to explain you. Okay, when you get the state of no Kshayik, don't get misguided. Is it? No, there is no Kshayik, no suppression. Okay, but one point is right. The Rajmarg in the beginning stage, you attain with suppression is easy, relatively easy to attain. But how do you attain the Kshayik way? Only through meditation you can attain it. That is the point I'm trying to bring it out. That no matter whichever way you do it, no matter whichever way you look at it, but unless and until you go through the meditation and control your mind, controlling your mind means you train your mind that you are not deciding, you are just observing. Gnata drashta, that's the kind of the terminology spiritually it is being used. You are knower and observer. When you are knower and observer, you are always observing and knowing. That's it. You are not deciding. Knowing does not mean deciding. Okay? You are just knower and observer, nothing else. And that state is the natural state. I hope give you little more clarification in it. All right.
So, Uncle, is compassion that natural state? Karuna bhav, is that the natural state?
Compassion or is a natural state as long as it is not only my compassion is to my children only. Okay. When you don't differentiate, if you have that compassion towards all living beings, that's a natural state. If we have a compassion for our family members, okay, now you are distinguished. Guys, okay, I can help my children. I can help to do this one. But would you be able to help every living being in the universe? Then it's a natural state. You have a natural state of compassion, but the karma towards is not doing samkit, not samta, because you are distinguishing, no, this is mine, this is not mine. Okay? And when this is not mine, then you do not have that kind of the compassion. You see what I'm trying to say? We all love our family. Okay? That doesn't mean you don't love your family. You love the way you love your family, you love every living being. That is a compassion. Okay? Don't use a negative sense. I don't love my family, and now I don't have anything to do with my family. I'm renunciating the world. Okay? Then you can say whatever you had the concern with your family, now you have concern for every living being of the universe. That is the compassion. Okay? But when you use the negative terminology, it has a very negative connotation. Okay? Like somebody will, one of those sessions, one person asked me, okay, if Mahavira is passing by and he sees some criminal activity happening, what would Mahavira do? He will jump in and fix the problem, okay, because he is loving everybody. Okay, you see what I mean? And that again, Bhagwan Mahavir's life story, you will see that example all the time. If you remember with the problem with Gosala, this is Bhagwan Mahavir was delivering the sermon, and Gosalak was so furious to Mahavira, and he was rushing towards where the Mahavira is delivering the sermon. All right. And his disciple realized that the person is such a angry and possessed is such a powerful, okay, like Tejolisha. It's a very power, and he said he's going to kill Mahavira. So to protect Mahavira, one person, one of the disciples came in between Mahavira. And what does the Goshalak does? Throw the Tejolisha at him and burns him right there. Okay, so that first disciple died. Second one jumps in, and Gosalak throws the Tejolisha at him and burns him, right? The second disciple dies, okay? The third one tries to jump, okay? And Bhagwan Mahavir stops it and says, don't come on the in between, let him come, okay? And Bhagwan Mahavira stopped him, the third disciple, and not, okay, saved him, okay? Now, the question comes, why did Bhagwan Mahavir did not protect the first two disciples? And why did he protect the third one? Okay, you see what I'm trying to say? Okay, here it is, if Bhagwan Mahavir had a karuna, infinite karuna, without any observing, he should have done it on the first one. Why he did not do it that one? Why he did not do the second one? Why did he do the third one? Right? And these questions were debated among the scholars all the time. Okay, why do you think? Well, one of the important answer I got it, okay, which I really like the answer, that what we are saying, Bhagwan Mahavir, after Kevalgnan, this is the still things are after Kevalgnan, the Gosalak incidents. Okay, Bhagwan Mahavir, after attaining the Kevalgnan, he is permanent state of knower and observer. Now, knower and observer does not mean what I would do, same thing Bhagwan Mahavir would do. At that, I am not at that time, at that point. I am judging the compassionate definition from my spiritual point of view. That is the only way I can judge. Okay, when I said I need to help everyone, okay, that is my definition. Okay, this is I help. Sometimes if you don't help, that is a real help, because person can grow on its own. All right, never try to judge Tirthankar's action and say this is right action or this is not a right action. Okay, what they're saying, it was at that time 2500 years, that day when Gosalak was coming. At that time, what was Bhagwan Mahavira saw, we cannot analyze that. What I can analyze, if I were sitting at Bhagwan Mahavir's place, I'm just trying to give you for analysis, what I would do. That what you are saying it, and you are comparing that thought process with Mahavira's action. It is not proper things to compare whatever the Tirthankar did, it is right or wrong. Okay, but our mind is always like that because we cannot have a knower and observer mind. Okay, we are all doer mind, decision. We call it every time if somebody is hungry, we should provide the food. No doubt about it. Okay, I'm not disputing, but That is, we are thinking. If a person is a Kevali, what he would do on one incidence, and on the second incidence, he may do different things. Okay. Third incidence, he may do different way. That is all up to them, because what they are seeing in it, and they are doing accordingly. Okay. This is what the highest spirituality means. You don't expect highest spiritual person all the time, constantly. However, compassion is always there. When mother beats the child, doesn't mean she is not compassionate. She is compassionate all the time. Okay. But in one case, she wanted to teach something. All right. And that is the method she used. If you teach, or if you provide everything what child needs, that mother can spoil the child. You see what I'm trying to say? Even though she punishes the child, it is only through compassion she is punishing. Okay? She is not without compassion at that moment, then she is not an enemy of the child. Okay? We got to look into it. Every incident when Mahavir's life, look into it, that we cannot make a judgment whether Bhagwan Mahavir did the right things or wrong things. Okay?
Pravin Bhai,
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. Just to rationalize, since he was a Kevala Jnani, he knew everything, right? So he probably knew that the Arya Karma of these two disciples are over, and the other one was not over. He only became a nimit without any kind of compassion, lesha or any kind of attachment or anything like that.
Now again, just hear me out. Because we are being programmed, Kevagnani knew everything. What is going to happen? That's what it happened. Okay? And that's why he used it. That is still, we are the one thinking. And if we think as a Jain, Bhagwan Mahavir as a Kevagnan. Okay? Do you really think if somebody is a different faith person, would he think that way? The point what I'm trying to say, that we are being programmed ourselves. All right. And as a Jain, you and I both will think that way. Okay. But is that the thing is reality? The reality is Tirthankar Bhagavan had the Keval Gnan. Like if you put it everything that way, you can justify and answer anybody who claims I have a Keval Gnan and all the action. What I'm trying to tell you, that person is a Keval Gnan. It is up to him or her at that moment, what are they thinking? That's how they are going to take the action. All right? And actually they are not thinking. But whatever knower and observer, what they see it, this is how they do it. Okay? And if I have to do it, this is way I do it. That's it. I'm making only the statement. I'm not saying this is how every Tirthankar will do. We both are saying the same thing, but the language is little different. That's my point. Okay. When you say, because he's now Keval Gnani, so he sees this one. No. Keval Gnani does not see anything future, because that's against the definition of Keval Gnani. He only lives in presence. Keval Gnani has a Amani Dasha. because we are otherwise contradicting the definition even. When Keval Gnani only lives in presence, how can he see his future? His mind is never in the past or never in the future. His mind is only at the presence. So to use the word Keval Gnani sees the future, okay, it is only we are comparing the Keval Gnani with respect to Creator God, because Creator God is that quality. Keval Gnani is only living in the presence and Amanidar. You follow what I'm trying to say it? But we are being now saying, okay, if this is the situation, we use this way. If this is the situation, we use this way. Well, what did he see in the third one and then not in the first two? The question does not answer by doing it that way. But at that moment, because that's where the Keval Gnani is, whatever he sees at that moment, that's what his action is. We are answering the same thing, but the language is different, the interpretation is different. Because that particular moment, he sees one thing. Previous two moments, he sees different things. But it's a previous two moment at that present moment of that time. That's my point to you, okay? Because if you try to say Keval Gnani sees future, Keval Gnani sees past and future, every dravya, every substance is all the pariyaya. At one moment, he sees everything. That's the way we define the Keval Gnani definition. All right? But that doesn't answer the things. What about all my purusharth? Now what happens is, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. Why should I do anything? Why should I be a spiritual? Because nobody is going to become, change my future. Because Keval Gnani already saw it. My future is being seen by Keval Gnani person. And that one is not going to change anymore. So why in 5 some why? There is a free will. What is the use and what is the function of free will? No, I know all the answers, believe me or not, okay, because I have went through the many things. And they said, well, that's the free will is also determined, predetermined. Now that is a contradicting things completely. If my free will is predetermined, then what is the word meaning of free will? If at this time today I am going to talk about karma, it is all predetermined. That means everything what I do, today's moment, it was, you can argue, it's all predetermined. It is all predetermined. Then why in 5 some why the free will? It creates, still the question doesn't answer. That's my point to you, okay? Or they can say only 4 some why. Then matter is over. The whole thing, the Jainism, the free will and your mind and discussion about the mind, everything is solved. that's just think about it. Okay, I'm not saying no, do it this way. What only way I can look at the answer, that at that moment, whatever the thing, and the next moment, he sees that incident different way. The third moment, Tirthankar sees the incident different way. But it is the present moment. That's what he sees. That's he's knower and observer, and that's what is happening. That's even though both will end up into the same answer for this particular incidents. Okay. All right. I hope I clarify you something, at least from my perspective, whatever I've seen it.